everybody. Today I'm here with a new set of levels for Dr. Mario World. We're going to start off with 9 character openings, and I'll have 3 at the end as well. If you're only interested in those, you can check those out at the end too. But the polls were not great today, so you're going to see a lot of assistance here. I was pretty frustrated, especially when I got the single doctor that I got today. We'll wait and see who that is. But yeah, some of these levels I did have a hard time with. And then alternatively, some of them I got pretty easily, in my opinion. I thought they were pretty easy. And was kind of confused by some of them being so difficult and others being deceptively easy. I'm not sure how to explain it, but like I said, I'll get more into that later. Here's the doctor. Now, I spent the whole game not getting Dr. Mario World until like 2 weeks ago. I got Dr. Mario, and now I've gotten him all the way up to level 2 and a couple of notches at least. I can't believe that I didn't get him for so long and now I can only get him. Right now, all I want is Dr. Nabbit because I'm guaranteed to get Lakitu from the special stage this time around. So I've been trying to get Nabbit, but it's not going well. On this one, I did lose once, but I was able to come back and beat it pretty easily. You should get the points just fine without having to do any point boosters. But my main strategy on this level is to, since the bubbles only go for things that aren't iced or already bubbled, you should try to clear those out first so that if you do hit the bubbler, it actually doesn't even do anything. But also, if you want some of them to line up like those 3 blues in the middle, it can also be kind of useful. But you don't always know where it's going to hit unless you have everything iced except for the ones you want to move. So it's really up to you on what way you want to do this. But also, you can just start placing capsules, and it will give you the some exploders. Those I don't know what those are called, the flasks or whatever. They give you exploders, which will help you clear out the level a little bit easier. So there are a couple of strategies that you can use, but the main one is to just get rid of the unbubbled viruses as soon as possible, because you don't want them to be rebubbled or anything like that. But also, once you clear out, all you're going for is the coins. So if there's a group of viruses at the bottom, but you've already got the coin behind it, then there's really nothing to worry about. Like right here, all I need to do is get rid of that one top yellow. And my luck was that the exploder also moved there. So yeah, another strategy, I guess, is that if you only have a few left, you can use the bubble to get something out of there that you don't want. Like that exploder was the last thing on there. It got bubbled and the coin got taken care of. So that's a different strategy you can use for this level that I hadn't really thought about before. But yeah, that worked out pretty well for me in hindsight. And now all I need to do is just take care of this red and blue. But what you don't want to get rid of the red and the blue at the same time. You want to do one first and then one second, so that they won't bubble each other. That's pretty important when you're finishing up this level here. But yeah, all I need now is a few reds and I'm good. But you can also just get some extra points by clearing out some other things on the side. Making sure though not to bubble anything as you get more points. That would just be a waste of time and a waste of points for you. So yeah, like I said, I lost that the first time, but that's mostly just because I didn't know what was going on, or it can be difficult, or maybe I just got lucky that time. But I didn't think that one was too hard. I hope you guys have an okay time with it. Here I change up my assistance so that I can get some more points just in case. I always like to do that. I don't know if other people usually do that as often as I do, but I think the points, since I'm going for 3 stars and I'm trying to show you some strategies on how to beat the levels, just adding more points to my score to ensure I get 3 stars has always helped me out at least. Now this one is probably the hardest one in the group, I think. So at first I just started going with the top, but that caused problems for me towards the bottom. So then I started just trying to go towards the bottom, but then that caused maybe even more problems. So my strategy is to just do them both at the same time as much as you can, like continuing to alternate between them and try and get them as equal as possible, because then it does mismatch some of the problems. And also, if it comes down to it, just try and get rid of the lower level, I guess. But also, in some ways, the lower level is easier to clear than the top level, and you'll see a little bit of that later. And honestly, I don't know if what I did was the best strategy. Maybe you should just start at the top and then go to the bottom. But I did have problems with that before, so I decided to do it this way, and I did get a 3-star victory with this strategy, but it's not a great strategy. As you can see, all those blocks underneath the top are all gone. So now all I can do is start stacking up viruses at the bottom, which also will eventually need to be cleared because I need to get to the doors at the bottom as well. So there are some disadvantages to doing this. One of the ways I did it, as you can see there, is I placed that red so I can get in the middle of that and clear that out without having to make a big stack. But eventually I did have to come back because, as you can see, there's not really a way I can do that again unless I get rid of those yellows and made a stack over there, but that's just a lot of work. And at this point I started focusing a little bit more on the top just because I wasn't getting the colors I wanted at the bottom. But all of the top and the bottom are separated now, so it doesn't necessarily matter which one you go for, just whichever colors you need here. And also you can see I screwed up really bad there. I accidentally cleared out the wrong at the wrong time, and the electric box didn't get taken care of, so that did waste a few capsules. Make sure not to do something like that. If you do it on the very on the left side all the way, and you get and you have the exploders lined up there, and the electric boxes lined up, and you don't do it right, it actually will cause you to be, or it makes it impossible to beat the level. So make sure not to do that. Make sure to just pay attention to when the exploders can be taken care of so that you aren't messing up in that way. That's just an unnecessary loss that you shouldn't need to worry about. But yeah, right now I'm trying to line up those blues while also making a stack up here so I can get to these final top ones. And that's why it is kind of nice to take care of the top first, because or at least the majority of the top first, because then you have less towers you have to make trying to get up to the top. So I don't know, maybe this was a bad strategy and you guys should just start at the top, clear all the top out, and then go towards the bottom. But there are also problems that I had with that too, so I guess go at your own pace, see what works, see what doesn't. And always make sure you know when the exploders are going to explode, because it wastes a lot when you screw that up. So as you can see, I only have 5 capsules left, and there's a lot left to do, but I start getting rid of these last few things here. I just need to get rid of these, what are they, the blocks, so that the keys can fall down, and then I'll start getting rid of this tower. All I need is a double yellow on the bottom, and the whole tower goes down, which I can also use to clear out that last section there. So that's what's kind of nice about the tower strategy, is that you can use the viruses that you put into the tower into finishing up the rest of the level. So maybe that's the reason why the strategy worked, just because I had some stuff left that I could use. But yeah, as you can see here, I quickly and just barely was able to place that down to use that blue. I probably should have just moved the blue to the side and then I got rid of it a different way. But yeah, I was cutting it very close, but because I used so many viruses and cleared out so much stuff, I was able to get 3 stars. So just do what you think works for you. The tower strategy worked for me. And again, I call it a tower. It's just stacking up the viruses like that. But yeah, there are a few different ways you can probably beat that level. That's just the one that worked for me. Moving on to 583. This level I thought was pretty easy. And it was kind of fun as well. It's nice to get these laid back levels where you don't even have to worry about these viruses. But yeah, it involves just clearing out these, what are they, the floater viruses. And just getting rid of that coin in the middle so you can keep working your way up. And I don't know if it does this for everybody, but it kind of worked out that it just gave me the colors I needed as I went. Most of the time, as you can see, some of the ones that I don't need are up at the top. But yeah, the main thing is just getting rid of that coin in the middle, and then you get access to the rest. And once you go higher up, like the floater viruses don't like line up in such a nice way, so now everything starts to get cleared, which is like the main issue at the end, because there are coins across the entire top. So you will have to work that out a little bit as you go. Like here, you're only going to get a few of the blue viruses coming up because you're only clearing the ones near the coins. And maybe that's a good thing. Like maybe you don't want it all to clear, because then you might not have access to the coins at the top. Like it makes a good platform to start building off of. And there are plenty of different colors that you can use to your advantage. Like there's always going to be a color around what you need. Although I'm sure a floater could go like in between and make it really hard to get access to the rest of the stuff, and that may cause problems, but I never had that happen to me. Plus most of the ones at the bottom now are useless to me because there aren't any coins nearby. So you really only need to clear the ones up top. Like that blue one gets in the way, so I just have to get rid of the reds there so I can take care of that blue next. But other than that, I didn't have any problems with the floaters getting in my way, really. And then instead of these, the next step is just getting rid of these exploders here, which just means getting rid of some of the barrels next to them. And just work on the ones you have first. The other ones you need, you can use the viruses around them to clear them out. Don't aim for the coins, really. Just aim for the exploders, and it should work out for you. I had plenty of capsules left, and I already have 3 stars here, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem 3-starring this at the very least. Maybe you have some trouble beating it, but this was there are some pretty easy levels coming up here still. So I don't know if this is the easiest, but it certainly was one of the easiest, especially compared to the previous level. And 585 is also pretty tough. I'll go into my strategy on that one a little bit more as we go. But I also didn't have much of a strategy for that one either. Because the ones that I beat on my first try, or even like my second try, there isn't much strategy going on. It's just me clearing out what I see. And that really comes into play with this next level here. Me just clearing what I see. Because as you get a look at it, it's deceptively simple, I'd say. Because you don't need to worry about the colored boxes, although you can just take care of them to get easier access to the viruses and the exploders. Or sorry, the electric boxes. But there also isn't much of a point to getting rid of the electric boxes. Like I did get rid of basically all of them. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. The electric boxes you do need to get rid of. So make sure at some point while those bubbles up there are still next to the exploders, that you just place something down so you can take care of those as well. But yeah, the colored boxes, if they're not in the way of a virus, they're not necessary to take out. And also, every virus is stacked up with another of its same color, so you only need one single capsule to take care of each row. So yeah, I was expecting this one to be a little bit more difficult, but maybe I just got lucky with my colored box placements, because once you get towards the bottom, they aren't lined up as well as they are at the top. But you can also take care of them pretty easily just because they give you so many capsules to work with in this one. I'm not sure why it seems so easy. I'm wondering if people did have a problem with this one and I just got a lucky run, or if, I don't know, I guess. I just expected it to be more difficult compared to the rest of the levels I had. Also, the rainbow capsules, if you have something like this yellow and this red there, you can take care of both at the same time. So that's a good strategy to work with if you are running short on capsules. You know, you can always do that to save at least one capsule. And then once you get to this bottom part here, again, you don't even need to worry about the color boxes. You can take care of them for more points, but it's not necessary. You just need to get rid of the electric boxes. So they do go back and forth here, so you do have to take them out individually. But the last part is just making sure you line it up so that you're getting them when you can. And I guess I should have just used those blues right away, because that's what I ended up using to clear the level. As you can see, that color box was there, but it wasn't necessary. They might as well have just made you clear out the color boxes as well, because it wouldn't have changed much of the level really, because you still have to do it most of the time anyways. But besides that, we'll move on to the last one, which I did actually have a hard time with. It did only take me 2 tries, but I didn't have too much of a problem the second time, I guess. And I think it is a little forgiving, especially when you're using Wario with those extra capsules. But basically all you need to do is start digging into it. Just pick a spot and maybe look at and see what colors you have coming up, and just start working towards it. I just picked that random spot. It wasn't necessarily color based, it's just that's what was available, and I start going for things to clear. And as you go, kind of work your way to the sides, work your way down a little bit, and try to clear out some things. Now the keys are kind of the main like stopping point in this level. The keys just get in the way, especially towards the bottom. Like right now they're not so bad, but once you get close to the door, you have all those coins there in those barrels that start to get pretty annoying. So I would suggest keeping the coins up top for a little while as you clear out the bottom, because it's a lot easier to clear it out with less capsules if you do it that way. I unfortunately did not do that. I kind of just went with whatever I saw, which was not keeping the keys up top. Like even here, I kind of I tried to get that blue in there to get rid of those quickly, but by then it was too late. I was able to get some more out of that red one in the middle. Like that saved like 6 capsules probably, just because it got rid of the barrels on both of those. So it is beneficial to keep the keys up so you can get rid of the door coins first. But if that doesn't work out for you, like if you do what I do, it's just the simple task of slowly lining up 3 next to each coin and working your way closer to the side as you go. And here I just have this yellow one to get rid of in the middle, and then all I have left is the ones on the side here, And if you have those coins up top like I do, make sure to clear them out before you clear out the doors. I do get rid of that red one in a little bit, the red virus there. But yeah, don't forget about the coins up top if you did miss any. But also make sure to start taking care of the doors as well. I just have to get rid of that blue virus there, and then I can start working on the other side. But yeah, just use whatever colors you have. I have a lot of viruses towards the bottom too that just didn't get used, and I still got 3 stars. Maybe it's my assistants giving me some point boosts, but yeah, this was how it worked out the first time for me, and I didn't win. But the second time I did make it, so I don't know. Like I said, you can probably beat it a lot better than I did. But if you do end up this way, you should be fine. As long as you just work with what you got. As you can see, I have a lot of capsules there, but I was still able to manage 3 stars. So there is room for mistakes as long as you're able to come back and keep your strategy tight. So I've beaten the main 5 stages that I usually do. Now, of course, I have to go through and do the time stages. And I just go through and collect some coins here. And I'm sorry that this is such a long video. I guess I just took a long time. These levels either had a lot of capsules to use, or I had to think over what I wanted to do. Of course, the time stages are not like that, so they're not the problem here. It's just that the main levels took so long to think about. So this level will probably be coming out a little later than usual, just because it turned out to be so long. But the next one should be under 20 minutes, I assume. So this first time stage, I did not get 3 stars on my first try. But when I went back in, I think it's pretty easy. And if you're having trouble with it, I guess you can just watch this and see what I do. Basically, I would try to get rid of the electric boxes whenever you can, because they're the only things that you can only get rid of at certain times. Otherwise, if you have any other colors you aren't using, you can put them towards the middle and the side. Always go for the exploder. Always go for the top of the ice on the other side. And again, if the exploder or if the electric box is on your side, then just go for it right away. And all these levels actually I was able to do without the my pausing trick, where I pause the time and kind of look over what I want to do, which I've never gotten to do commentary about. But yeah, that's usually my strategy, to pause the level, see what I should do next, kind of think about it, and then keep going. I did not do that on any of these stages, simply because I don't think it's necessary, or maybe because I just got Wario and he's a lot easier to work with. Again, always use Wario, especially in the time ones, because he gives you more time. Like, that's really the only thing you ever want. But like, yeah, on this stage is legitimately just looking at the colors you have, looking at the viruses up top, and just using them whenever you can. If you have some extras, just start getting rid of them. Clear out some blocks if you want to. I guess maybe Wendy would also be a good one for this, just because she could get rid of some of the blocks and give you easier access to more of the viruses right away. But I don't think she's necessary. Like, even if you don't have Wario, I think you'll be fine. Just use your main, just use whoever you want, and you should be perfectly fine, really. Also, I didn't do it, but try to just get rid of the exploders right away. I mean, that's pretty simple. I should just use the pink on that right now, but I don't know why I waited around. But yeah, they'll just clear out everything there, and then you just have to get rid of the remaining floating viruses up top. But yeah, I thought this level was probably even easier than the first one. This was my first try as well. And yeah, the assistants I used gave me enough points, or plenty of points. And then I also had plenty of time left over. So even if you didn't use those assistants, you probably would have been fine with that kind of score. But moving into the last one is kind of a puzzle. And I could imagine some people don't understand what they should be doing, or do understand but are still not getting it. So this one actually took me like 5 tries probably, just because I kept kind of screwing up. It's kind of nerve-wracking with the 60-second timer there. But basically, you want to use the bubblers to your advantage. So it gives you the colors you want right away. You get rid of the pink, wait for the blue one to go down and get rid of that. Now you want to use the bubbler to move the green one down and then take care of the green one. And then you want to use the bubbler to move the pink one down. Now I screwed that up, and I still got 3 stars. So you can afford 1 screw up at least. Or no, I think at max you can afford 1 screw up. But just make sure to quickly start taking care of the middle section that you screwed up. Get rid of the coins as quickly as possible. And you also want to move that blue one down. Don't clear that blue one until you get it bubbled. Push it down. And now you can take care of it. And then you want the green one to get bubbled. Don't clear the green one yet. The main thing is just getting the shells across from the coins. Once you do that, all the bombs will move towards the bottom, and all you have to do is get rid of the bombs to clear it out. If you don't have the right colors, just start getting rid of the extra capsules you have on the remaining viruses. Like I said, I screwed up, but I was still able to manage 3 stars. It doesn't take a lot of time to get it, especially with the points assistance. So you can really like easily get it if you just do it correctly, but you can also screw up once and still make it as long as you are quick about it. So yeah, those are all the videos today. Or sorry, those are all the levels today. I have 3 more videos for it today, hopefully. Next video will be, of course, Dr. Goomba Tower. And I don't know if I'll get another doctor. I'll try, but I kind of doubt it at this point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll try to get out another video on this as soon as I can, but it does take a while with the commentary and recording and everything. But yeah, I'll have a video on Goomba Tower very soon. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.